Max Verstappen wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix by 20 seconds. So the race finish was as follows: Verstappen, Norris, Russell, Piastri, Antonelli, Leclerc, Sainz, Hajar, Hulkenberg and Hamilton. Hulkenberg at 9th. Yeah, Hulkenberg back in the points. Yeah. Joel Bortoletto's torpedo was a madness, and I want to know where that was meant to work.
Oh my word. Clobbers into the side of the Aston Martin.
If you said this question last year,
oh, Max Verstappen won another race. Oh my god, he's won another one. Oh, he's so boring.
but Max Verstappen coming first is not the reason I'm making this video. The double disqualification of the McLarens. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri both disqualified. Oh god. Okay. I mean, they had a good run, but you know what that means. The championship's back on. It's back on. We've got 2 races to go. I want to see a bloodbath. I want to see drivers pushing their asses down the road. Proper push. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I had this all in the van. I had this idea in the van that I was going to talk about it, and now all of it's gone. It seems like the McLarens are getting a little bit desperate towards the end of the season, and they may be pushing a little bit too hard. That's what I make out of it. I mean, it was both cars. Norris got told to lift and coast. My theory is that McLaren could see on the data that the cars were squatting quite heavily. Obviously, Piastri was in the midfield, so he couldn't really back off. But Norris had a little bit of time where he could back off, where he didn't risk being overtaken by Russell. Obviously, this is my own theory. This isn't realness. This is speculation. But yeah, it seems like that, and a fueling issue. I know there was a lot of chat about him running out of fuel. So that was interesting. What I'm really making the video for, and if I'm being completely honest with you, this spices up things quite a bit coming to the end of the season. We've got 2 races left. We've got Qatar and Abu Dhabi. The points contention is still with the top 3, which is Norris, Piastri, and Verstappen. Verstappen's not had a great year, but Verstappen is inevitable. He may just come back and smash it for his 5th world title. And that would be an amazing race. Push to the last lap. People for the past 3 years have been complaining that F1 is boring, nothing happens, one does any overtaking, just Max Verstappen. This year has been outrageous. Every driver has scored points. A Kick Sauber got on the podium in Santapod? Yeah, he done. He smashed the quarter mile at Silverstone. I was there. Amazing. Good. I had a really good weekend. I had fun, guys. I had fun at a racetrack. I watched cars go meow. There has been crashes. There has been upsets. There's been driver swaps. Liam Lawson started at Red Bull this year. Now he's at Racing Bulls. It's just madness. It's just been an amazing season. We want to see this come to some dramatic end. I want Michael Massey to come back. And destroy the last 2 races, because it'd be fun, because it's entertaining. Something that's been missing for the past 3 years that everyone's been moaning about, like, oh, Max
Verstappen wins. I stopped watching Formula 1 when Max Verstappen just kept winning, and he just keeps on winning.
Well, he hasn't this year, has he? It's been Norris, and now everyone's got the hump with Norris and Piastri. Well, not necessarily Piastri. Piastri seems to be dodging the criticism, but everyone's got the hump with Norris because he's winning too much. And this is, I'm going to find the quote from Mike Joy when Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500 for the first time was, they used to boo Dale Earnhardt for winning too much. That will happen if you dominate any sport. So all the bitching and all the moaning about the drivers is not a new thing. It seems like he's just getting hate because he's winning too much. He does like a moan. Come on, bro. We all like a moan. It's fun. And at the end of the day, they are racing. They are trying to win championships. There's money on the line. They're employed to do a job. If you can get away with a loophole, you're going to do that loophole. If you can complain and get a one-up, you're going to complain and get a one-up. Football players do it all the time. They sit there, cry on the ground and spring their body as far forward as they can to try and get closer to the goal. So when they take their corner free kick penalty, I don't watch football. I don't know what they do. They're closer to the goal, makes it easier. It's a loophole. That's the whole idea. It runs down the timer. There's a load of other benefits you can do for it. And secondly, when they're on the radio, don't take what they say to heart. They are racing. Adrenaline's flying. You're gonna get mad if it's not going your way. That's part of life. But when they say like, oh, he cut me up, he did this, he did that, can you appeal it? Can you do this? They are trying to get a one-up on the competition. Formula One is full of the most educated and smartest people you'll find in motorsport. And they're not trying to cheat, but they're trying to look around the rulebook. They need to find their little loopholes or intricacies. There's like, we can get away with that. That's what they're all doing. That's why there was at one point water in the tyres. You had Tyrrell, I'm pretty sure it's the Tyrrell, that had 2 front tyres. You had a Formula One car with jets that would suck the car to the ground. It's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get a one-up on the competition. But we're now in such a regulated series that it's very hard to get the one-up because the cars have to be designed as such to fit the regulation, which doesn't give them a lot of room because of the 75 years. The 75 years of racing that we've had has designed the rule book as such. So we can't get a one-up or anything like that. So normally they just result to bitching about each other on the radio, trying to get one of them in trouble so they can take that spot, which is fine because all sport does that. But Norris getting hate, like Verstappen's got hate for the last 3 years. It's been around for a time. Obviously, Norris is a little bit more vocal than Max. And they're allowed to be. They're putting their lives on the line for people's entertainment. They're gladiators. They're warriors. If they were back in the imperial times, they'd be racing horse lions with carriages. You know what I mean? Probably not. I'm just rambling. But all of this cancellation and all of this stuff means that McLaren are putting a lot of pressure into the car, which is probably causing skid wear issues. It's causing driver issues. Quite rightly, very tired. It's been a long season, so people are going to start making mistakes. You've seen the McLaren pit stops go wrong on both Norris and Piastri's car. Is what it is. Part of racing. So what does this disqualification mean for us mere peasants who are watching it through a screen or in person if you're lucky enough? What it means is we've got 2 races left and there is going to be carnage. Max Verstappen could win it, but he can't win it till the last race. Oscar Piastri could win it, but not till the last race. Norris could win it by Qatar. He could be Qatar, the next race, which is next weekend. He could do it. I am going to put a prediction on this. I believe McLaren do not want a replica of what's happened this weekend to happen again. So they're going to stiffen the car up, probably a bit too much, and it's going to cause driving issues for next race. They are going to be off the pace. And obviously, if the memes are to be believed, whatever they do to Norris's one, they have to do to Piastri's because of papaya rules. I love the memes for papaya rules. It's so great. My favourite one is Norris has split up with his girlfriend, Oscar, so you must do the same. Papaya rules. We can have a laugh and a joke, but obviously it is serious. They are fighting for a race, and maybe McLaren need to step in a little bit. No. That's a lie. I take that back. McLaren need to back the fuck off and let them fight. Duke it out. This does probably have the adverse effect of they are going to go pretty much wheel to wheel, probably take each other out. Verstappen will win because he's inevitable, and it will be an entire saga. Max Verstappen will be the 5th-time world champion, and we get another year of everyone turning around going, well, I don't watch Formula 1 because Max Verstappen keeps winning, which is bollocks. You watch because it's interesting, although some of the races could be boring. Like Monaco. Monaco's very boring. Max Verstappen said he would bring a pillow. I probably wouldn't travel to watch it. Actually, if I ever go to Monaco, I'm going to look at the boats. I'm going to spend most of the race looking around rich people's boats, trying to see if I can steal any champagne. What I'm saying is, it's going to be an interesting 2 races to go. What I'm hoping for, really, is we get to the end of the season, we get to Abu Dhabi, whoever wins out of the 3, they win. Oh well. And then all the teams, apart from Kick Sauber and Racing Balls, all go above the price cap. Kick Sauber wins. Nico Hulkenberg gets the Drivers' World title. We can go into next year afresh, because next year, 2026, all the regulations are changed, all the aero stuff's changed. There's going to be no DRS. It's all active aero. So no one is going to know until you get to testing in Bahrain, and then we'll be able to see who's the fastest. Because if next year the McLarens are on the bottom and Red Bull are also on the bottom because they've not designed their cars properly for the new regulations and other teams have done better, oh my God, the world might explode. Michael Massey might come back to rectify. Okay? He might tell everyone when they go to Monaco, you're driving the academy cars because they're smaller. It's going to be a fun year next year. But I really want my main man Hajar to win, though. I lie. That'd be cool. I like Hajar. I am a Racing Bulls fan. Bet you didn't need to know that, to be honest. I was very upset at Silverstone. I had my Racing Bulls top on. I was supporting the team. It was a good top as well. I had squirrely bits for an artist geezer, and they both DNF'd. It was not a fun time. And then the people in front of me were not Red Bull fans. They were Lewis fans, and I wasn't happy he was in a Ferrari. There's a lot of moaning. There's a lot of moaning going on in motorsport. Just hating Red Bull for the sake of one driver. It's madness, but you don't need to. Just go and have a good time. Watch the races. Support your driver. Have a rivalry. Have a driver you dislike. But don't wish them to kill themselves because they did a better job than your favourite. Because that's not fair. This is going to be a fun 2 races. No papaya rules. Although if it does involve Lando Norris' girlfriend, then yes, papaya rules do apply. Sorry, Oscar. I thought this was going to be a good idea for a video, so let me know what you think. So, my name is Taylor. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more motorsport coverage in a casual way, in a casual place. That's all I've got. I've got nothing else. I will watch the race next weekend. Hajar, you better win. He's not going to win. I'm going to take proper notes so I can note down everything that happens, and then I can come back here, turn this silly little camera on, put this silly little mic in front of my face, and speak.